This week, if you feel the burn, you better go see a doctor as we discuss the 1990 horror exercise tape thing, I guess. Linnea Quigleys' horror workout. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me as always, everybody out of the pool, it's Tim Yobo. How are you doing today, good sir?
Hand check.
This movie is a living fucking hand check. But Tim, thankfully, we are not alone on this journey. No, joining us once again, wearing her chain mesh exercise gear, it's Candice. How are you doing?
Yeah, I got some things to say about their exercises.
This wasn't for them exercising. This is for teenage boys to be exercising.
Yeah, this is... It's fun that the only place I could find this is on like archive.org, where all of the comments for it were people from countries where like porn is clearly illegal, commenting like, thank you very much for uploading beautiful American women.
Beautiful.
They got around it because it's like, hey, look, you're going to Blockbuster Video. It's a horror movie. Yeah, you'll rent that. But look what you get right off the bat.
Where would you put this in Blockbuster Video? What section? It's not a movie.
I wonder if this was even in Blockbuster Video.
No way.
Maybe your mom and pop shop.
Yeah, this is a mom and pop shop.
This is an order, right? This is when she was going to any kind of convention. She was setting up a whole fucking stack of these things, right?
Tim, was this in front of or behind the beaded curtain?
In front
this
of.
This has got to be in front. Yeah. If I worked up the courage as a teenage boy to sneak into the beaded curtain and then to grab one of those fucking boxes, go up past the old Greek lady, get her to fucking get the movie, put it in the box, put it in my bag, sneak it past my fucking grandmother and my mother and my aunt and my sister, bring it into my fucking room and start the whack around. I was like, this is all I got?
No, you're looking for Backdoor Sluts 9.
Yeah.
This one's
By the way, the name of this should be called Whore Workout.
But just like that movie starts up top nice and strong, our podcast starts out nice and strong with a little segment I like to call Candice. What have you been consuming?
Ooh, where to start? All right.
The beginning.
So I saw The Blackening. It was
okay.
I wasn't crazy about it. Some people really loved it. I could see why, but it didn't really grab me that much. I didn't think it was that funny. I didn't think the meta part of it was that funny.
Yeah, I saw in your letterbox you said not enough white people.
Yeah, way too many black people in this movie.
Really? Because I saw that on 4chan.
Oops, wrong post.
Okay, so a lukewarm thumbs in the middle for The Blackening.
Yes, it's worth checking out. If you're curious, it's worth checking out.
Okay.
But now, to the main attraction, to the thing I really want to talk about, and it is apropos of what we're going to be talking about later. Because I have been consuming the Twisted Metal TV series. And let me tell you...
Are they all out at once, or is it like
they're
you
all
gotta
out
wait
at
a
once.
week? Okay, yeah, good. I like that.
Well, I mean,
Benefit.
I have them all. I don't know. I don't get it from Peacock. Got my own little side service there that I'm getting it from. But yeah, it understood the assignment. It was like, this is a banana batshit bonkers like video game. Like, there's no narrative, there's no fucking story.
Yeah.
It changes from game to game. So they very cleverly have made it very violent. Very violent. Practical effect car races, car combat.
Ooh.
Like everything, it's gory as fuck. I mean, it's really fucking gory. And everything is all tongue in cheek.
That sounds right up my alley.
And the guy who plays Sweet Tooth is Samoa Joe.
Oh shit! How about that?
And he does some fantastic physical acting in it. I'm only up to episode 2 right now. My husband's already seen most of them, and he says they only get better.
Okay.
Yeah. And, just right off the bat, you know that they understand what's going on here because I shit you not, there's a car chase happening, a car combat happening. They're shooting at each other with, fucking missiles on top of their vehicles and shit. And then a Twisted Metal video game drops on the hood of his car. They knew
Okay.
exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
And man, I gotta tell you, I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I fucking loved Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal was incredible, yeah.
Yeah, Twisted Metal Black was my favorite on the PS2. Holy shit.
That was the third one, right?
It's the only reason I like the song Paint It Black. I don't like the Stones, but I like that song. It's because I would watch the video of Paint It Black and it had the backstories of all the drivers in it. So let me ask you guys, who was your main? Who's your favorite? Yeah, who's your favorite character to use in Twisted Metal? Mine was Dollface from Twisted Metal Black.
I had to look up the names of them all.
I was gonna say I can't even remember because it's been so long
it's been
since
a long
I played that
time.
game. I'm thinking like a red car, like a Ford, like a '57 Ford or something like that.
You probably play a Spectre because he always plays. He always drives the Spectre is always a muscle car.
There
like
you
in
go.
Twisted
That's
Metal
it.
Black, it's like a
Yeah.
Porsche, but before that, I think it was like a muscle car.
That's probably it, Spectre. But my question is, does the series get a reboot of the game?
I hope so. Man, did you ever play that reboot they made back in the 2010s? It was dog shit. It was garbage. Do not waste your time with that game.
But it's an IP, and it's something that, look, we got, 55 years old down to however old Candice wants to admit to being, and we all know the fucking game. And the game hasn't been out for, 10 or 15 fucking years?
More than that.
Reboot that shit.
Yeah.
That's been a while.
It needs it, yeah. And I just love it. It makes me so happy because we've been on such a good run of great video game adaptations to movies and TV series. It's like fucking
They
the
finally
people
figured
in
out
charge,
how to do it, yeah.
Yeah, finally stop trying to make these mass appeal. They're not. You're only going to piss off people who love it and not attract the people who aren't interested in it. So instead, they're actually delving into what makes these video games popular, and they're actually leaning into it. Thank fucking God it took them fucking long enough to figure that shit out.
Well, it's also because streaming needs constant content, and they've run out of shit, so give this a try.
A lot of people speculate that Spider-Man movie was what broke Hollywood, figuring out how to do the superhero movies.
I say it was Iron Man.
I think,
Which Spider-Man?
The first one with
the Tobey Maguire one.
Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
I like that one, yes, but I think I have to go with Candice because look what Iron Man sparked.
But I think that Iron Man was big, but I think Spider-Man was the first one that was a big, it made money in the box office.
Oh, and people were like, oh shit.
Code.
And X-Men. Spider-Man and X-Men in the 2000s were the ones that made people stand up and pay attention.
So what do you think as far as video games and them adapting it to a series or a movie? What do you think it was that they broke the formula on?
You want me to be completely honest?
Sure.
Detective Pikachu.
Hold on a second.
I think you're right. Yeah.
It's Detective Pikachu because that was an easy one to adapt. You didn't have to put in whatever dumbass story is in most Pokemon games. You could make your own story.
Are there stories in Pokemon games?
They're always bad. And every person knows fucking Pikachu. It was like a win-win. But then everybody else was like, oh shit. Maybe if we actually give people what they want, they'll actually watch this fucking movie.
That makes sense. I could see being like a 1-2 between that and Sonic.
Sonic 2. Well, yeah. I mean, not Sonic 2, but Sonic as well. Yeah, that's been a big game changer. Of all, everything else Sonic touches is shit. But for some reason, the movies are good.
So Sonic's just good as long as it's not a video game.
Exactly.
That's the trick, I guess. Alrighty. So, man, I got to check that out. Twisted Metal. That sounds like a good fucking time.
Honestly, watching it, I'm like, I think Eddie will actually like it, and I think Tim will like it too.
It's been on my radar.
Watch it, yeah.
So what about you, Tim? What have you been consuming?
My wife and I, there's a new movie that just came out. I don't know if it's available on VHS yet, like the show that we're talking about today, but I bet you'll be on the Blood Bank. It's The Roundup. It's part of it. Well, this is the third part. All right. His Americanized name is Don Kim.
Okay.
You saw Train from Busan, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You know the big motherfucker who was just punching zombies?
Yes.
Oh, the badass. I love him.
Yep. He plays a cop in this, and this is the third one. And I will say these are as entertaining and action-filled as the original Lethal Weapons.
Oh, shit.
Great stories. They in the third one, they just keep upping the villain every time without going crazy, stupid, over the fucking top. You know, nobody's got a fucking nano suit on where they're connected to all the satellites in the world and all that shit. And he is just so charismatic. He's got that riz, right?
That's why I loved him so much in Train to Busan. He was my favorite character.
Train to Busan. He was, unfortunately, he got stuck in that fucking Eternals movie by Marvel.
He's tough, but he's likable.
Yes.
He's tough, but you can tell he has a soft side.
And he's got a sense of humor because he's been in movies where he's really super funny. I think the closest thing I could say to him is he's kind of like a mix between like early Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, where like they had great action. They were able to do comedy because there's a scene in this last one where he's fighting somebody and the other guy's like, oh, my fucking arm hurts. And he's this gigantic fucking hulking thing that the whole movie's based around. Is like he's like One Punch Man for most people. Like one punch, that's it. They're going flying through a fucking door and shit like that. And he just like the way he just breaks his fucking tough guy character. He's like, man, my whole fucking body's killing me. And he's not saying like snarky or anything like that. He's saying it like a real person in that like 2 or 3 seconds, and it's just so good. Put them on the blood bank. I think this one is either out in the movie theaters now or is going to be pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah, Eddie, put that in the bank.
Really
I want to watch it.
Yeah, what was the title again?
The Roundup.
The Roundup. All right. Yeah, I'll be looking for it then, buddy, because that sounds good to me, man.
Stories, funny, smart, not stupid fucking things. Like I said, there's no nano suits. There's nobody fucking like shooting lasers and stuff like that and hacking the world. Just really down-to-earth, Lethal Weapon style action comedy.
So would you say it's better or worse than Hudson Hawk? That's sigh.
Yeah.
We love you, Tim.
Yeah, poor Tim. Okay, yeah, so I'll definitely have to take a look for that one. So I've had a week, man. I haven't been consuming a ton because I've been busy as fuck over here.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so wife's birthday.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah. You didn't actually do anything, did you?
It was on Friday. Yeah, I did. I got her things.
Wow, you're so fucking whooped.
Did you get her things that she likes?
I did.
For your wife.
Things. Okay.
I got her the new Pikmin game.
Oh, she likes Pikmin?
Yeah. She's playing the new Zelda, but I think like she needs a break from it.
I've been taking a break from it because there's only so many fucking puzzles I can figure out before my brain is shot.
Yeah, she was telling me about how there was some boss fight that she beat the stupidest way, which is, I guess it like was lobbing these giant boulders at her, so she just kept reversing time and making the boulder fly back and hit him in the head.
She actually made that harder on herself than she needed to.
See, here I am like, hey, that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of this game is the fact that, 3 different people could approach the same situation and succeed in 3 different ways. That's the beauty of it. That's why it's so great.
I got her that. I got her a bottle of her favorite perfume. And
which is what?
It's Alien by this company Mugler, Mugler.
Okay. I'm still waiting for one of the listeners.
Completely different direction than I thought it was going to be. Okay.
I'm still waiting for one of the listeners to send me my favorite perfume that's, no longer made. So it's like $300 a bottle.
Well, how are they going to send it to you?
Well, they can find it.
You can find it. It's going to be a ripoff.
No, somebody's going to beat off in the bottle.
I was just going to say, somebody's going to get a whale to puke and they're going to beat off in a jar, shake it up, and send it to you.
Yeah. Here you go, Candice. Spray this
funny.
on your face.
This is from Oxnard, California. I don't think
weird.
There.
And then I got her some the big nerdy ass book of Legend of Zelda history.
Oh, you got her that thing?
Yeah, she's asking me she's like, what the fuck is this thing? And I'm like, bitch, I haven't played a Zelda game since like Clinton was in office.
How does she not know?
I don't know. She grew up around them and she played a little bit of them.
Same woman, Candice, who's never seen Psycho.
Yeah. Yeah, who made you watch Hudson Hawk?
But I was just like, I know she
that's
plays...
right. Oh, you should have got a nothing for fucking for her.
I know she plays Zelda, which is why I was like, how does she not know what a Octorok is, or
yeah, I don't know,
or a Bokoblin?
And then I took my oldest daughter to an anime convention.
Oh boy, I don't know if I would bring a young child to an anime convention.
Well,
unless you were right next to her the entire
joke
time.
at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. This one was run by like our county's performing
Did they like
arts
stop you
center,
like 85 times? Like, can you prove that that's your daughter?
No, Tim, they did not. No, it's I worry about people and like how well adjusted they are socially now that we're more online than ever, I'm a little worried about people and their ability to interact, especially coming out of a pandemic. Maybe there's like a weird like bubble.
Yeah, maybe
right.
Yeah.
Of kids
maybe they were homeschooled.
A little maladjusted. Yeah, well, and yeah, we homeschool my kid, and
yeah, I know. That's why I made that joke.
Yeah, so we brought her there, and I have to say she was probably one of the least weird fucking people there.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, you know what?
Man, I've been struggling with that shit, trying to make friends in real life. Because I got you, I got Tim, I got all the Discord people. I have online friends.
Don't put me in that fucking category.
Internet friends are the best friends because they are more than an arm's length away.
Yep, you can turn them off.
I know, Candice, you're never calling me up asking me to, hey, I just got into a fight with my husband. Can I crash at your place for 2 days?
Yeah.
Well, I don't befriend messy people, so.
You all okay?
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem is that I've been trying to find like in real life friends, and eventually they're always either really boring because all they want to talk about is hair and makeup and clothes and celebrities. It's not really my thing.
Yeah.
Or they're absolute bastards, and all they want to do is talk shit about other people.
Oh, yeah, because Candice, all the unmessy ones already have friends. They're not looking for any more.
That's a good
it's
point.
Only the messy ones.
Wait, am I the messy one? Looking for a friend.
Very good point, Tim. No, plus the good thing with internet friends is you never have to help them move.
That's right.
It's just be like,
although at our age, they fucking better not be moving. Be like, what you mean you haven't settled down yet?
Yeah, it's a good point. That is a very good point. So here we are. We're kicking off a new year of the show, right? July is our anniversary. We're just wrapping that up, putting a bow on it. We're going into this new 4th year of the show. And for the listeners, we are changing up the format. We're going to be doing a year of all
Lifetime
90s
movies.
Of all Lifetime movies. Tim is going to go watch Lifetime movies. We're not telling him we're not really doing it. We're just going to make him watch those in addition.
I got no problem with it. I'll watch Mother May I Sleep with Danger any time of the fucking week.
They are pretty funny. Actually, my doctor's office, they either have the Hallmark channel or the Lifetime channel on in the waiting room whenever I've gone there.
If we do that Stalked by My Doctor series, 1 through 88.
Oh, boy.
That'll boost the ratings.
Yeah, with one person, that'll boost the ratings. It's a good point.
I've been watching South Park, and it had an episode with Eric Roberts.
Oh, that rules.
Because he's like, it's like, like a direct-to-TV sort of movie, like Lifetime Network movie. And that's, I wasn't playing a doctor, but that's exactly what it was. It's like, I guess even back in the 1998, that's what he was, and that's what he will be.
Yeah, he was born in a Lifetime movie.
Such a shame. He's such a great actor, and he just never broke, right?
I've always thought he was super hot.
He's broke probably now if he's doing those movies and Look, It's a Cat, whatever the fuck it is. But he just never got the, whatever that stupid movie that he did.
It's the shortest movie ever.
Phoned it in.
Whenever people talk about like sexiest movie stars, I always put Eric Roberts up there, and everybody's like, who? Eric Roberts in his prime, dude was hot.
Huh? So
if you like, if
you like crazy guys who look like at any moment they're going to star 80 you, yeah,
that sounds about right.
Well, okay, now just given Candice's history,
my track record,
his tracks,
yeah,
it looks like he could convince me to watch Twilight, and he might steal my fucking tires. Oh man, dating is fun, huh, guys?
Yeah, thank God my husband picked me, not the other way around.
So glad to be out of that fucking pool. But So we're doing an entire year of the 90s. We're going to be doing 1 year per month. We're starting out, of course, with the year 1990, moving forward chronologically. And the reason that I picked Linnea Quigleys' horror workout is I kind of wanted the first episode to be more of an introduction to what we're doing, the concept of it, and everything. And
we want to get those teenage boys listening to our show.
Yeah, right, yeah. All the teenage boys that is porn on the internet, Tim.
Plus, they'd say Linnea Quigley, and they'd be like, "Who?"
That's a good point.
See, like I said, I think the genius of this is it's a lot easier to say, "Hey, I'm going to rent a workout video."
Yeah. That's like the strip joint that's called the library.
Yeah, at this point, all the moms had Jane Fonda workout, right? So they pretty much, hey, look, if my kids want to watch that, they're a little pudgy anyway. Why not?
Oh, yeah. You think that was really going on, Tim? Like somebody's like, "Hey, Mom, can I rent Linnea Quigley's horror workout?" And the mom's like, "Yeah, let me look at the cover of it." "Oh, yeah, that looks good. That looks like something we should rent for you, son."
I don't know about you, but most likely when you rented from Blockbuster, there were no covers that you brought home. You brought home a Blockbuster cover, and there was the DVD name or the VHS name.
And if it was a mom and pop shop, it was just a clear cover.
Yeah. So it says Linnea Quigley's horror workout.
Plus, are you gonna like double check and make sure your kid's watching a workout video? If your kid was like, "Oh, I'm doing a workout video," you'd be like, "Okay," and then you just go do.
If my kid's
else.
working and watching a workout video, I'm talking to my wife like, "Hey, we should stop calling that kid fat."
So I guess just a little point of advice for Candice's son, if he's listening, just tell your mom you're watching workout videos.
Yeah. Oh, look, Candice going quiet.
Yeah.
He made a joke about listening to the show, and now I'm like, was that a joke?
He's just gonna
I found out who it was. I found out who it was in my office that listens to our show because I was talking about Megan is Missing, and I was like, my friend Eddie said, and she goes, "Eddie from the show? Why would you listen to him?"
Oh, that's good.
I was like, "Oh, fucking great."
Even people in your work are like, "Dude, that guy's a dickhead. Don't fucking listen to him."
Candice, you know you're not getting a promotion anymore at this company, right?
Yeah, that's over. So let's just hear what Candice was talking about her boss the other day. No. So we're doing just a 1 year per month starting in 1990. Linnea Quigley's horror workout. And one of the other reasons I picked this is because I feel like it's really more of like a collage of 80s horror movies that she was in.
Is it? It's like 3.
There's clips. It's very extended clips.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you got to get
I can
that
only
1
count
hour
with one
time.
hand, so I know there wasn't 6.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tim.
Very good.
Thank you for that metric system you use.
So I guess first I want to ask you guys, since we're not going to be talking about the 80s anymore, what do you think is a trope or a main feature of 80s horror that we're waving goodbye to when we get into the 90s? What stands out?
I think one thing, and
Bush,
as when we're still in the for horror, I would say, for when you transition from the 80s to the 90s, and when you're still in the early 90s, you still have that 80s feel. And I think one of the biggest ones is practical creature effects.
Yeah.
Because the 90s is when they were trying to figure out CG, when to use it, when not to use it, and there were some ugly messes as a result of that.
Yeah, it's rough. It's one of those transitional stages. Like, I don't know if you remember, like back in the early day of DVDs, when we first started moving over to that technology, they were dual-sided. So you'd have the one that was standard 4:3 format, and then the other side was widescreen.
Yep, because no one had a widescreen before.
Yeah. Most TVs were 4:3. So you're right with CGI, especially, man. There was this weird transition period where it got like Lawnmower Man rough, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I mean, and I was going through the list and
motherfuckers got an apple. That's it.
And like, especially the slashers really did not know what the fuck they were doing in the 90s until Scream came along. Because you had like Jason Goes to Hell, you had Freddy's Dead, you had Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, like really like hated entries in the series. A lot of people put them as their least favorite. And it's because they were stuck in the 80s. They didn't know where to move on past. And so
see, because I think the 90s is like, that's when you get not only just the CGI, but I think that's when you get serial killers replacing the Freddys and the Jasons and the Michaels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because besides those already established, whatever, diminishing returns on those franchises, what other like slasher movies were there really in the 90s until Scream?
Yeah, if there were, they were just cookie cutters. There wasn't anything really grabbing people. So the 90s are I think one of the reasons people hate the 90s so much, when especially in horror, because I'm not going to lie, it was rough for horror in the 90s.
Yeah.
But I think one of the reasons is because they came out of the 80s into the 90s and they saw these slashers that they grew up with and loved so much and saw what happened to them in the 90s. And they're like, man, fuck the 90s. No good horror came out of the 90s.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think with the 90s horror, like there are a couple of the tentpole ones, like your Scream, obviously.
Candyman.
That came from that, and they stand up to the test of time. But I think you're right. I think,
but look at the sources where those movies come from.
Yeah, no, that's
Wes
true.
Craven and Clive Barker.
Right. Yeah. No, that's absolutely true. But I think you're right, though, Candice, in that if you want to find gold with 90s horror, you need to go away from the mainstream.
Yeah, you got to get away from America.
No, that's definitely true too.
That's when Japan was finding its.
Are we going on a road trip?
90s.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's a Grind Bins thing. Sorry.
We could, Jim, if you want to bring foreign horror into the 90s horror. Absolutely, it's all part of it, man. I think also horror became.
Well, we do have an extra 2 months, right?
We do, but there's also foreign horror that you just have to fit it into whatever year it came out, man.
Yeah, that's all you
I
gotta
also
do.
think that the horror in the 90s became a lot more conservative and chaste than
yes.
in the 80s.
Yeah, like I said, no more bush.
Yeah, no more bush. Exactly.
Is tits and a little bit of ass.
And the tits are fake. A lot of the times.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely true. And not only that, but even just like the level of like how bloody and gory and over the top the violence was. It kind of lessened a little bit when you get more so, I think, after Scream popped, and then everybody wanted to do their kind of high school, college aged celebrity, big, star thing.
Isn't Scream really kind of clean? There's not like any real serious gore in that movie, right?
And the first kill is very gory, but after that,
the first one, yeah,
it does like lighten up. Yeah, the Scream movies have never been super gory, but I was gonna say, like, not until you hit the late 90s is when it actually really starts to pop off for like franchises again. Like the big trends start happening. In the 2000s is when it like really peaked. I think. And then, a new trend happens in the 2010s and so on and so forth. But for the 90s specifically, like, because it's a transitional decade, there was a lot of one-offs that were solid gold, that were masterpieces, that might have had like a few sequels, but were never like a franchise. Like Scream,
Well, you brought up slashers, and I think that's like probably one of the better touchstones as far as horror goes. What slasher genre series do you think died in the 90s? Like, it was doing okay, the 90s hit, and then bang. Like, what do you think fell off the hardest?
I think Friday the 13th. It wasn't how long did it take between Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason X? How long was that time?
Oof. Jason Goes to Hell was 93. When was Jason X?
I think that was like in the 2000s. I watched it in the theater.
Yeah, 2001, man.
And I remember for the longest time, like, I think once they got to like part 5, whatever one that is, they were already saying there's going to be 13 movies.
Ugh.
But where the 90s really shines is the one-offs, like From Dusk Till Dawn, Demon Knight, maybe 1 or 2 sequels, but no big franchises, and direct-to-video.
Yeah,
well, isn't there a franchise on Dusk to Dawn? Aren't there like 3 or 4 sequels to that? They're like direct-to-video, whatever, direct to streaming?
Yeah, there was 2 sequels to it.
Yeah.
But they were like, they never really took off.
Well, yeah, because they ran out of ways to describe pussy.
Teach Marin used them all. Hairy pussy, bloody pussy.
Hey, you know what's new is gummy bear pussy. Oh, my
you've been
fucking
getting those
Twitter
ads?
feed.
Yeah, me too. I've been getting those same ads.
Oh,
Yeah, direct to video.
God
It started
damn.
in the 80s, but it peaked in the 90s.
Oh, it
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
peaked.
Oh, the 90s. Yeah, that was all direct. You had any fucking movie idea, and you had $10,000. You can go to direct to VHS.
That's when Full Moon was really putting out their good shit.
Well, good shit.
Okay,
I mean,
good shit for me because
good,
I love them.
Good for Full Moon. We'll put it that way. Yeah, that's true. So you've had some of the like. What about like B tier slashers? So like your Leprechaun, your Child's Play.
Oh, Leprechaun started in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder
And
if we'll be
then
covering that. I wonder if we'll be covering every single one of them if I have anything to do with it.
every Leprechaun.
Yeah,
I mean, they're fun.
there's like
that's for
5
sure.
of them in the
I know.
90s.
At least, right?
They're fun,
Yeah.
that's for sure. But yeah, what about like Child's Play though? So Child's Play kind of fell off for a minute there.
But then
And
Bride of
then-
Chucky happened.
Yeah. Then that kind of kicked it back into.
Yeah, but how long was that gap?
Oof.
Not that big. It was like 5 years because I think Child's Play 3 was 1993.
Really?
Yeah, and then
3 was
Bride of Chucky
93.
was 98.
Bride was 98. Yeah, so that wasn't that
Very
long then.
good.
So yeah, man. I guess the fuck then the Child's Play series like died and was reborn in the 90s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tremors peaked in the 90s.
Yeah, again, but so that's not. I wouldn't really call that a slasher, though.
No, that's true. That's not a slasher.
You know, that's more your
is
like
Child's Play a
It's
slasher?
a gasher.
slasher.
I mean, if a slasher is like you have
yeah.
a killer who's picking off a group of young people who are usually like in a they went to a vacation house, they're at sleepaway camp, they're off on assignment, like some kind of reason for them all to be stuck somewhere, like that is a slasher. So I don't know if Chucky really is a slasher.
Yeah,
I could
it's
make
a
that
combination
argument.
because he's using slasher weapons,
Yeah,
knives.
I was gonna say
hatchets,
better.
axe, stuff like that. Not like Tremors where you got fucking monsters underneath the ground killing.
I was gonna say
people.
Tremors struck me as more like a Jaws or even a kaiju
Those are
style
creature
movie.
features.
Yeah, I guess then you could say the 90s brought back the creature feature.
In a small way.
I mean,
Really? Besides Tremors, what else? I mean, you got Godzilla, I think, right?
yeah,
Fucking Jurassic Park.
yeah, Jurassic Park.
Okay,
then,
well,
that's
that got
kinda-
me
I
there.
mean, I was never scared by Jurassic Park, but apparently the raptor scene scared the shit out of a lot of kids.
Yeah, that's one my wife brought up that scared the fuck out of her as a
Little
kid.
pussy kids, yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
Steven
was fucking
Spielberg
8.
movie, kids. You're not
I
going
was
to
8
die.
years
Don't worry.
old.
Yeah.
And I was cool as a cucumber.
Wow. And what else? Man, Children of the Corn really fucking fell off.
Oh man, well, was it ever up?
I was just going to say, I saw that in the movie theaters on first run. That shit was never up. Yeah.
That's fair. It didn't fall off that hard, but God,
The only that movie had going for was that little fucking kid. That was it.
Yeah.
You're naming these franchises, and I'm like, that's not the 90s, though. The 90s were great with their one-offs.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm going over more like what fucking died in the 90s, like because there were certainly some series.
I think, like Candice said, I think Candice and I both nailed it. Seeing pussy and graphic sex,
Yep.
and gore.
Yeah.
We haven't
That was
really
no
started.
longer the big selling point with, hey, look, come to this movie. You're going to see somebody's getting their fucking head blown off with a shotgun through a car window.
I think that's something that has not really lessened is the chaste horror.
You
Like
think so?
most mainstream horror now is very chaste. It's sexless almost.
I think most movies nobody fucks in, right?
I think,
Yeah.
as far as sexuality goes, we're definitely still kind of
in
there.
the
That's a good
90s had
point.
the erotic thrillers.
No, that's
Top that.
right. Yeah. Oh shit, Jade.
No, maybe we should cover erotic thrillers. That'd be fun.
Oh, can we do that for like at least 2 weeks of one of those extra months we got?
Yeah,
Well,
that's true. That's true.
Basic
When we have those extra months.
Instinct and
Oh, yeah.
The Last Seduction.
Oh
How
wait,
about that?
No, Tim.
when we have, like, the
Embrace of the
fifth week.
Vampire.
I've seen that movie. I don't know how many
Race to
times.
the Vampire. Who's that?
Alyssa
That movie's
Milano.
so boring.
No, I'm sorry. I'm old enough to remember her as a little kid on Who's the Boss.
Okay,
Not
okay.
interested.
We've got like a million movies where Michael Douglas is biting his lip and trying to not have sex with a woman.
We could do a Bruce Willis one. What was that? Like Night Heat
Color
or
of
whatever?
Night?
Yes, Color of Night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, hit that one up. You got, what else have you got? You got your Basic Instinct, obviously.
Obviously.
That's classic.
And
Yep.
we all wore out that VHS.
Isn't she like suing the production company, saying like she didn't know what they were going to be doing with that shot or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Maybe
honey,
not that
too
one.
late.
Then.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Is that going method if you don't wear
Casino.
underwear?
Yeah, but you can't pull that fucking bullshit off.
Oh, you know what we got to do for erotic thrillers is The Crush. I've referenced that movie so many times.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one with, wait, hold on, is that Drew Barrymore or Alicia Silverstone?
Alicia Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone, yep.
Plays a 14-year-old girl who everybody wants to fuck.
With Tom Skerritt?
Who has, that's, you're thinking of Poison Ivy, Tim.
Well,
yeah, no, this is
there's
Carrie,
so many of these fucking
what's his
movies,
name?
Yeah.
Carrie Elwes.
Carrie Elwes. Fuck yeah. Man, I was a 14-year-old girl crushing
Pre-Saw?
on Carrie Elwes.
Pre-Saw, yeah, Carrie Elwes. You had a pre-that 70s show, Kurtwood Smith.
Yeah.
The Crush, Tim.
Yeah, it's like the.
I
it's
think
like
those
the
are movies
poor
I saw
man's
one and
Poison
done.
Ivy.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor man's Poison. Poor Alicia
Wait,
Silverstone.
of course they were saving money to rent the fucking video.
Calling her a poor man's fucking. Oh my god.
One of them's too highfalutin for you.
Yeah. What else here? I'm looking over the list. Dude, Sliver. 100% Sliver.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie. I got a story around that movie.
With William Baldwin.
You know, let me just tell you, when we find out about the fucking dad diddling the little daughter, I'm like, wait, no, that should not be in this movie. We do not need that.
That's the movie where I learned how to masturbate.
Ooh.
Because
let's just stop the show right now.
Okay. Hold on
And
here.
we're going to watch Sliver, and we're going to
shit.
try to figure out what part was it. Can we
Was
say
it-
the pool?
Really?
Okay.
Was
I'm
it the
gonna
part where
say-
she's finger blasting herself in the bathtub? Was that the part? Maybe?
No, I'm guessing it was one of the scenes with Martin Landau.
Oh my god!
Wait, he's in that movie?
Yeah, Tim.
As who?
As Alex Parsons.
Well, you know his whole fucking name?
I've got it up
Well,
right
you're looking
here.
it up, yeah.
Oh my god. No, we totally have to. Tom Berenger, Candice.
Yes, I know. Tom
There.
Berenger. The whole movie, you think he's the killer, yeah.
Yep. Oh, we got to cover that one. Single white female, of course.
Oh, of course.
Oh, let me
Classic.
tell you, that is the best get out of jail blowjob any guy's ever gonna get, right?
Yeah.
No, she had the same haircut you did,
Yeah.
right? Yesterday she had long hair. Now she's got short little redhead bob. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, you're right, Tim. As a man, what can you do?
I love Bridget Fonda.
It's a good point.
Great actress and whatever, but she just disappeared.
She did. She really did. And I loved her in the 90s.
She was,
Wow.
big in the 90s, man. Point of no return, speaking of.
Mm-hmm. I think I might be talking out of school, but I think it had something to do with Weinstein, one way or another.
See, I thought it was because she was in Monkey Bone.
You don't go from Jackie Brown, you don't go from all those other fucking movies to just...
To Monkey
That's it.
Bone.
To Lake Placid.
Hey, look, everybody gets it. Lake Placid's a great fucking movie.
Lake Placid's good, yeah. 99,
late 90s.
99. We're going to get Betty White on the show. Let's go.
Yeah, she's dead, Tim.
Well,
Get that video Ouija.
AI has made some big leaps.
Somebody should make a ROM hack video Ouija game. I bet somebody has. I'll have to look that up.
He's dead. We're all dead. Well, at least it's got all its fingers and toes.
Okay, so we know what the 90s killed. What do you think it gave birth to in horror?
Oh, serial killers. That's it, right?
Serial killers,
It's like more
absolutely.
2000, right? No, wait. What?
No.
Silence of the Lambs when?
Oh, yeah.
90?
So, yeah,
Yeah,
serial
yeah.
killers. Yeah, you have 7.
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
serial killers were huge.
Sounds of the Lambs 91. 7 was what, 96?
Wow.
Somewhere around there.
Fuck,
95,
man. Come on.
yeah.
And you know what? I just decided I don't want to do this because this shit's just making me feel old. 7 didn't come out in the 2000s?
No, it came out in 95, Tim. I just had to double check. I thought it was 96, but
I made my husband feel old because I reminded him that Twisted Metal Black came out on the PlayStation 2, not the PS3. Yeah. And he was like, God damn.
You know what's funny is there's this thing that's like Netflix, but for video games that just came to Xbox. And it's got something like 1,400 games on it. So now technically there are more PS1 games on Xbox than PS5.
Oh yeah, my son was telling
PS5
me
doesn't
about
do
that.
good with the backwards compatibility.
No, they certainly don't. They don't give a fuck about that. Okay, so serial killers, that definitely kicked off in the 90s. I'm going to say your teen ensemble cast horror. That kicked off.
That fucking poster. That poster that had your one teen in the front that was in color, and the rest was like trailed out behind them in a V.
Trailed out behind them in a triangle,
and we still use
over
that.
them, or the killer standing over them in like a semi-imposed over it.
And it'll say stab.
Yep. So you got your Scream, you've got your Urban Legends, you got your I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Hate those movies.
All right there, Candice.
Just fucking hate those movies. God, I fucking hate those movies.
Yeah, and let's see here.
Like that to me, that was the worst period of horror, is when those fucking slashers came out. I hated them so much because they were so bland compared to everything else you could get your hands on.
Yeah, it was. You're so right.
Will's son. Come on, Candice.
Oh,
that didn't make me chuckle. For real. Come on, for real. Come on.
Oh, or the one, was that the one where they won the trip by calling into the radio?
Yes, they won. Yes,
yep.
They have a fucking fake pirate radio or some shit like that.
Yeah, they said that Rio de Janeiro was the capital of Brazil, and they won. It's like that was off right there. That's not the fucking capital of Brazil.
They got the capital of Brazil wrong and still won the trip.
It's got a Rastafarian Jack Black.
Oh, God.
But you know what's fucked up is that nobody in the audience watching this movie even know that they got it wrong.
It's a good point, Tim.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That is a good way to... Oh, of course you did.
Oh, yeah, Candice. Yeah.
I just thought it was...
went, no, it's not. It's not like that.
Wait a minute. This is suspicious.
I didn't think it had anything to do with the plot. I just assumed it was because most Americans don't know what the fucking capital of Brazil is. It's Sao Paulo.
And
that's what I was going to say, Candice. You said it right before I did.
Okay, good, Tim.
Yeah, we all knew that, Candice. That's why we didn't just blurt it out. Duh.
Oh, I'm the rude one.
I had to show off.
Yeah, Candice. We have to impress everybody by knowing things. Duh. So I think this was also the last decade before every ghost became the little girl from The Ring.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Oh, yeah, because we got Japanese horror taking over, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ring was 98. And then right after that,
so in the 80s, they were buying all our property, going to Kinjitsu.
Yeah. So,
what was in the 90s, they were taking over horror. Damn.
Fuck. Well, what the fuck was the movie about the Japanese company buying the car company?
Oh, shit.
80s?
I actually watched that recently.
Gung-Ho, that was
it.
Yeah, you're right. So that was the 80s. First, they bought up our property,
the first time that
Michael
Keaton said, "You want to get crazy?"
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's funny because like I said, we were rewatching Supernatural, and just every ghost in it is the little girl from The Ring.
You haven't
how far along are you?
You haven't gotten to a point yet, Eddie, where you're like, "No, fuck this shit."
Yeah, I don't know how far we are into it.
Let's get a Supernatural update.
Oh yeah, Eddie's Supernatural update. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to sign into Netflix so I can tell what episode we left off on.
You're actually using Netflix?
Yeah.
And you have to sign into it? What do you mean? That's sus right there.
To log into your Netflix account? Oh, I'm the one guy. Yeah, that's the easy joke. There's only one guy that subscribed to Netflix and we all share their password, right?
That's like a 6-month-old
joke. That's not what I was thinking. I was just like, why don't you just put him in the blood bank?
Oh,
on my computer, on my phone, I go to Netflix, I go to Amazon, go to Disney. As long as I have a subscription and a password, it logs me in automatically.
Yeah, I don't usually watch it on my computer, though, and I'm on my computer. So we left off at episode 10 of season 1. What is that one? 1 of 10.
Episode 1.
So
you should
you're
remember
not
that.
super
That's
far
gotta be
into it.
That's got to be the hook for the whole series.
Episode
right?
10, Tim. Oh, that's the Asylum episode.
You're not super far into it. There's a lot of great things coming your way.
Candice, quiz him right now.
Oh,
3
God, about
questions,
season 1?
only he is going to know.
About season 1.
Season 1's not great. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty forgettable. That's where they're really just kind of feeling out the characters, and season 2 is when it really kicks off, and that's when you get the most memorable episodes. Have we not talked
about this fucking whack-off video yet?
No, we're getting to it, Tim. There's not much. So what is it here? Okay.
Whack off, whack on, yes.
Asylum, that's the one. Okay, while investigating a haunting in an abandoned asylum and rescuing 2 teenagers who ventured in, Sam and Dean become trapped with the spirits of... And then it just fails
Milli
off
Vanilli.
From there. No, the spirits of... Oh, that's right. It's the
only
crazy
Vanilli.
people.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some doctor, some Mangala in there experimenting on mental patients.
Yeah, it's pretty forgettable. It's they're entertaining enough.
No,
but
you know what?
It really kicks off in season 2.
I'll be honest with you. This episode here was probably the best one I've seen so far, because it was actually like a horror movie, and it was made properly in that fashion.
Oh, have you seen the holiday episode yet?
No.
Oh, that one's really good. That's the one that got me interested in watching Supernatural.
The holiday episode?
Yeah. You talk about horror movies. That one's fucking gory as fuck.
Oh, looking forward to that then. And yeah. So that's where I left off on that shit. But every ghost in there is just the little girl from The Ring.
Yeah, with the long black hair and the white skin.
So I was thinking about this. You know how over history, people's reports of alien abduction changes to whatever the current popular vision of aliens is in science fiction? So like in the way back in the day, it was the giant robots abducting people, and then it became the green people, the little green men. And then it evolved to, after Fire in the Sky and such, it was the Greys. So then everybody's report was that it was the Greys. You think the same thing happened with ghost encounters? Like, first it was the sad Victorian people, and then Japanese horror popped off. Oh, shit,
wait, hold the fuck on. Exactly. You know what? No Japanese little girl died anywhere near water until, like, what, 1993? Or 94 when The Ring came out?
98, yeah. So I wonder if after the popularity of The Ring changed the face of haunted house movies, if people's reports of seeing ghosts started to reflect that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking, when you've been talking, I'm like scanning my brain of all the paranormal TV shows I've watched and all the encounters I've listened to. I don't think there's a trend like that, but maybe someone who like knows more than I do can figure it out.
I picked it up in Supernatural, but that's my only data point.
It's also one team doing the special effects and writing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's the first season, right? So they're not going to put too much money. But besides episode 10, they've already run out 80% of their budget.
All right. So Candice, I have another question here about the coming year for you specifically, but I'm going to ask Tim as well.
Wait, where did you get these questions from?
My head.
His ass.
So, Candice.
Same thing.
What are 3 movies that are on your no shit we have to cover it this year?
Oh, God, list? Come on. I'm bad with time. I don't know
for
what
1991 or 1990 specifically?
90 to 99. 3 movies
90 to 99,
that
3
you
movies.
Have to.
Okay.
Absolutely have to.
Absolutely have to cover Candyman.
Okay.
That's that's like a religious.
And then we have to cover the remake.
I fucking love that movie.
As a bonus. The remake is going to come as a bonus.
Yep. Good call.
Also from the 90s, Subspecies 2, Bloodstone.
Subspecies 2 specifically?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's the best one. It really is. It's the one that just really helped shape me as a person. It has a lot of personal value to it.
It shaped you as a person?
Yep, I'm not even joking.
Oh, no.
With the things I like, my tastes.
Okay. That's a little bit more appropriate. All right, so there's 2. You got one more, Candice. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of really fucking
only
good
at the number 44 on the Collider top 50 horror movies of the 90s. 43. Oh, Candice, you're going to like 43.
I mean, I want to say From Dusk Till Dawn, because it's also one of my favorites of all time, but I already did that on Mustachioed Podcastio.
Oh, fair.
Oh, I know what movie I'm picking. Just
Candice
to fuck
is double
Candice. I know what I'm picking just to fuck with her. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no! Do not pick Interview with the Vampire. We are not going to cover Interview with the Vampire.
No,
it's
I
not going to happen.
past that, but I'm up to number 38 right now. So.
What's 38? Tell me.
Funny Games. The original. Fuck you. Yeah. You made us watch a fucking remake, which turned out to be shit in the fucking live stream. Yeah.
Yeah, I said it was not a good movie for streaming. How many times have we had this argument on the podcast?
You can't say that in the Discord and not think that everybody's going to fucking pick that movie. Especially when you say, I'm going to be there, I promise.
And then I wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, Funny Games is a great one because it's German, so it gets it outside of the United States.
True.
And it's a fantastic fucking movie that Tim really needs to give a second chance to.
Okay, so Candyman...
I love the original. The fucking remake sucks.
So Candyman Subspecies 2. And...
Bloodstone. And, oh, fuck. I don't have a list pulled up in front of me.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking through the fucking Collider list.
Stand over the top of your head. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, right off the top of my head, no.
We'll go out.
I confuse the 2000s and the 90s in my head a lot of times.
Yeah,
same. Yes, I know.
Get you there. What about you then, Tim? I guess we'll go over to you.
Well, let's see. Have we done the Mouth of Madness?
Yes, we have.
Number 19.
We've already covered that.
Okay, well, so look at us. Hold on, let me scroll back.
Good for fucking you.
Yeah, Tim.
Ravenous, no, fuck that. Army of Darkness, but can we get Mike to be on that?
You don't like Ravenous?
No.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's a good one. Wait, so you're saying Army of Darkness to have Mike on?
Yeah, because he hates that fucking movie.
Yeah, it's a good one. Oh, yeah, he was supposed to be here this week, but he opted out. He's going to be here with us next week to cover Tremors.
Yeah, his wife caught him watching this video.
Yeah. Yeah, so he'll be here next week to cover Tremors with us. So.
The bad thing is a lot of these movies we've already covered.
I just
a lot of the ones, that that you have to cover.
Dead or Alive, Perfect Blue. Eddie, you've done it like, what, 8 times?
I'm the internet expert on Perfect Blue.
Oh, I've made my pick. The Blair Witch Project.
We already did that one.
You did that one too.
Oh, see? That's what I said. Like, all
right, I've made my pick. When people are like, "What is an underrated '90s film? What is a defense for why '90s movies are good?" Stir of Echoes.
You know, let me tell you. I said this many times before. When I worked at a pet food store, I had Kevin Bacon as a customer and his wife, Kara Sedgwick, and they were the nicest, coolest, fucking most down-to-earth people, except for Carol Burnett. And I saw that movie, and it was all I could do. Not to, like, the next time I saw him, not to say, I just saw that movie. You are fucking incredible in that movie.
Yeah.
Because he's like super shy. He always came in. He did not want to be recognized at all. He's not one of those motherfucking people like walking down the street with like 3 people standing around him and all that stuff. Baseball cap, collar up to his fucking neck.
Right, yeah.
So I didn't want to be the prick who's like, hey, saying that. But Stir of Echoes is so fucking good.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That is a fantastic pick, Tim. For sure.
Oh, Candice picked it.
Or
Jacob's Ladder. So we get Elizabeth Pena. Oh, shit. Elizabeth Pena. Like fucking an alien or some shit like that, right?
Oh, you just got to watch it again.
Well,
I remember the scene.
Speaking of fucking an alien.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Candice. That's the one that confirmed for you how to do it. Yeah.
So I got to
go. An alien, yeah.
Cape Fear.
I got to go with, you know what? I've got our list up of suggestions now. And here's a couple of them.
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, motherfuckers. That came out in the 90s.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, we got to get Ashers on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Right.
She's going to make that movie even worse for some reason.
So, Tim. So for, just off of my list, I'll read a couple of them that I had picked here. Black Circle Boys.
What's that?
Google it.
I've never even heard of that.
No, I'm not Googling that.
It's not great. I'll put it that way. Donnie Wahlberg's in it.
No. Come on.
Tim, it's a great one. All-American Kyle is the newest initiate of the Black Circle Boys, an underworld society of gothic groupies whose primary interests are creating mayhem and studying the occult. By the time he realizes he's in over his head, it may be too late. That's right, The Craft for Boys.
Was it directed by David Dakota?
No, if only.
Yeah, you think Marky Mark would be in a movie with fucking David
No,
Duchovny?
not Marky Mark, Tim.
Donnie Mark.
Donnie Mark.
Oh no.
The DM himself.
Duddits?
Duddits is in this one. Yeah.
Duddits. Oh God. In a David Dakota movie, it's Duddits.
It's the
It's just-
Wahlberg.
He did it. That's
He's
it.
just
That's
in
the name of
his
the movie.
tiny
Duddits
whiteies
did
and
it.
he's in his bathtub.
It's Tim. It's the
Duddits.
Wahlberg that went full Duddits.
Look at the happen. He's never been in a movie after that, right?
That's true. Yeah, never go full Duddits. I guess is the. So that one, that's one of my comedy answers. But honestly, Serial Mom, I think would be fun to cover.
Great
That'd be a fun
movie,
one,
yes.
yeah.
We haven't
Get
never done John Waters
on
movie,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Nothing But Trouble. That'd be another
I
fun
love
one
that
to cover.
movie, but that's actually my grind bin pick for the year.
Well, then we can't do that.
Start another podcast, do that. But
And
all right, go ahead,
Candice, I think
yeah.
you and I are buddies on this one. Strangeland.
No, that movie's terrible. What are you talking
Wait.
about, Eddie?
I'm
Candice,
on
you-
that one. That fucking movie
You
is
have it on
insane.
your list, Candice.
Yeah, because it's going to be entertaining to talk about, but I wouldn't say I'm a defender of it.
No, it's not good. But is an honest good one. The Last
What if you
Broadcast.
had like a 12th best song on your album was about a child molester, and they're like, "Hey, let's make that into a movie."
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh,
man.
you said the last broadcast?
Yes.
That would be excellent because then guess what else was birthed from the 90s? Found footage, motherfuckers.
Good
Yeah,
point.
I said Blair Witch. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yep.
we'd already covered that one. I was trying to think of another 90s because it wasn't until the 2000s when found footage really blew up.
Yeah, but it was definitely birthed in
Wait,
the late
it took
90s.
that long?
Yeah,
Paranormal Activity.
so-
Oh,
Yeah.
oh God. Okay, well, yeah, we got to do that because that one, I will never forget telling my wife that I found this on the internet. And
We
I
already did that
downloaded it.
movie, Tim.
Tim's having some memory loss issues.
Come on, there's so many shows. What the fuck?
That's a good point. Yeah, you've been on way too many. Oh, Cube, duh.
Great movie.
Gotta
Love them
cover
all.
Cube. Yeah.
Yeah. Blade.
All right.
I
We
will
got
die
to
in
cover
that
Blade.
Cube. I love that movie.
Speaking of
series.
things we have to cover, Linnea Quigleys horror workout. So
1
Oh,
hour
yeah.
in, we're talking.
Guess what? Get the Vaseline out because
Nothing
even back
happened.
then, when this thing came out, there was no Astral Glide.
nothing
There's no good
happens
lube that
in
you
it,
can buy,
Candace.
yeah.
There's nothing to cover. It's you
Oh,
get a
you can
watcher
cover a
take
breast
it.
up, but
Yeah,
what's the
well,
point of watching?
Oh, get this. Because Eddie didn't get it in the blood bank fast enough. I
It's
was
there.
like watching this at like 7 a.m. It's there now, yeah. And so I was like, well, okay, let me go to Tubi because it said it was free on Tubi.
No,
So
I'm
I
not
go to
watching this on Tubi. Nope.
It was censored. But
Yeah,
there's
no,
some
as soon
really
as I saw it was
comedic
censored,
shit that happens because it was censored. They weren't even cussing in it. And her tits were always blurred out. But there are
Jesus.
times that they
Oh,
missed
they
it.
blurred them out.
They missed it quite a few times, and it's very funny.
Oh, they're like, wink, wink. This is still owned by Fox. So,
I was going to say, how do you censor this? And if you do, what's left?
But there's other fucking softcore porn shit on Tubi.
Oh yeah.
that's a good point. What
Loads
the
of it.
fuck's happening then?
Yeah, I watched The Beach Girls on Tubi.
Yeah. What the fuck's going on with Tubi? Somebody got to check in on them. Anyhow, this one was written and directed, allegedly, by this guy, Kenneth J. Hall. Kenneth J. Hall, you might know, he did special effects on Willy's Wonderland.
I was going to say, was it a
Is it the
pseudonym
same
for Charles
person?
Band?
Is it the same person? That's what I'm asking.
It's the same person.
I was
It's,
asking if it was a pseudonym for Charles Band.
No. This is the dude's name. He's a legitimate writer-director.
He's a real human being.
So what else does he have between this and Willie's?
Tim, I'm glad you asked. He wrote Puppet Master.
Oh, fuck.
He wrote Nightmare Sisters.
Oh,
Damn.
what? Wrote with quotation marks.
Hey,
Well, come on. He just like wrote down tits.
he was a ghoulie operator in Ghoulies.
What? He
yeah,
went from a
he's-
writer to an operator? Of a
He's
puppet?
deep in the full moon.
He
Okay.
is deep in the full mooniverse, Candice. He wrote, let's see here, he wrote on Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. That's pretty
Yeah,
good,
you can
right?
forget that one, yeah.
And he
Multiverse, yeah.
designed the snowman in Jack Frost.
That fucking movie.
Michael Keaton?
Damn that movie. No, not that one. It's the one where Jack Frost is a serial killer and he like rapes the chick from American Pie in it with his carrot nose.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, I was gonna say, because if he did it with any other part, that shit should melt. But yeah.
So it was him raping the chick from American Pie with
yes,
the
he
carrot
was.
nose then.
Oh man, yeah, that was one of those. Oh, that was another thing back in the day. The weird like lenticular 3D
on the
movie
covers of the
cases on the
VHSs.
covers. Yeah,
Oh, those
yeah,
were
the
great.
holograms. Yeah,
we had that, and then we had the ones that played like music. Like I remember Metamorphosis. If you hit it, it played like music on it. It had a little stupid button you push.
Was that the one with the Frankenhooker? It was like, you want a date? You'd hit the button and she'd say that.
Oh, that one might have.
Are you buying these fucking videos? Or are you renting them? There's no way you're gonna get that from fucking Blockbuster or mom and pop store with the fucking button that you press on. And
it was at the mom and pop stores.
Our mom and pop stores had one, Tim. We wore the fucking button on that thing out. Just annoying the fuck out of everybody.
I was going to say, I'm sure they really appreciated it.
I'm pretty sure they ripped it apart and tore whatever battery was in it out. Like it was basically one of those fucking Annoyatrons. So yeah, Linnea Quigley takes a shower, so we get to see her tits and her ass and her feet.
Yeah, but again, see, we don't see anything else. This is the end of Tap.
This is where I have in my notes. I've had toe curling orgasms, but never a toe curling shower. Because like her toes are like whirling around and stuff.
You don't have
it's
a
like,
shower
what the fuck
head?
is she doing?
Yeah, you need a detachable shower head, Candice.
Ah, that's the trick.
It's the problem, yeah.
Oh, Candice, yeah, we just found out she got a fucking mid bathroom.
Yeah. Tim, can you quit looking up slang that's like modern day, please?
Come on, I'm getting to that age. Like, soon I'm going to be showing up at like raves.
Are you gonna? Oh,
with my hair all black.
Tim, I want that for you. I want that life for you. Just buying Molly just buying Molly for like a bunch of people that are 19, 20. Just like the cool party, Tim. That'd be great. So there's
always one, right?
Yeah, there has to be, somebody's got to talk to the cops when they show up. So then we get her, she breaks from her shower and she does her little, hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from, and it's just this montage of clips of her from Sorority Babes, Creepazoid, Vice
Creepazoids
Academy.
is the big thing, yeah.
A lot of Creepazoids.
I said, do we need to see Assault of the Party Nerds? Because that looks pretty funny.
Yeah, we might need to see Assault of the Party Nerds, but I thought that was just Revenge of the Nerds because they did some pretty assaulty stuff in the bounce house. And I would definitely call them party nerds. So there is that. No, it's just then I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? Because I've never watched it before.
This is when I figured out
it's like our podcast. It takes so long to get into it.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't even really do it well.
The censored version that I was watching on Tubi was somehow uploaded from a TV channel called Fuse because it like popped up in the corner of the screen.
Huh.
There was I think there was a bug on the one that we watched too, right, Eddie? Like, wasn't it like DVX or something?
There was something on it. Because, I got it from archive.org. Because it's really hard to fucking find this thing through any proper channels. Yeah. So she does that, and then she says like, all right, so here's the deal. Oh, and by the way, the clips of her as a kid too, that's real nice.
Yeah, that was
we don't
weird.
Need that. We don't need that. Come on.
That was a choice of her, like this cute little girl, like playing with a baton and stuff. And then it's like, and now I'm going to show you my tits. It's like, no.
You just saw my tits. Now, yeah.
I think that's the old hard then soft theory, Tim.
Oh. It's like a grooming video.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is like one of those test videos they show to people?
Yeah.
Does it stay hard? Then we got a problem.
Yeah. They put you on the poly shaft is what they call it, is when they run Run tubes up the shaft of your dick.
The poly shaft.
They got those electrodes strapped to it, and you just see the lines going up and down on those little scanners.
Tim's has been pegged this whole time. I don't know what the fuck.
He walked in this way. We can't get a reading on him.
We've been electrocuting him to see if it would stop it. It doesn't.
You don't put the pebble in your shoe. You put it up your ass.
Ah, there you go. Clever, Tim. Clever. So then she gets a phone call from, like, I guess Tim.
Someone like,
I couldn't hear anything. And I'm like, wait, is it because all the blood's going to the wrong parts of my body? They're out of my ears? But was it hard to hear?
Yeah. I don't think you were supposed to hear what they were saying.
On Tubi.
I think
we watched it on Internet Archive, right?
Yeah.
I think you were supposed to just get the tone because he's like, and this is what I'm going to do to you, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's the real, like, in the grind bin, they would call it the Mr. Crown dialing in moment.
Okay. Gotcha.
Just the heavy breathing and suggestive talk.
And she's all like, me? What? And she's doing the old bit of the having one side of a bad conversation. What? Oh, yeah, I like to stretch them. No, not that muscle. And then she gets like, oh, well, a horror movie? Of course, I'll film that. It's going to film for 2 days, huh? That's weird, but oh, and I got to wear a chicken suit? Nope, that's too kinky for me.
I heard that chicken suit, yeah.
Hangs up after that. By the way, this movie here, Linnea Quigleys Horror Workout, filmed in 2 days.
I know. And so was Nightmare Sisters.
And so was Nightmare Sisters.
I can't believe it took that long.
Which is why she wasn't surprised when she said filming will take 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently they were filming Murder Weapon. And Kevin Hall was working with her on that. And he just made a joke to her because she was wearing some black hood on the set. And he made a joke to her like, hey, I bet, there's a lot of work to be in a slasher. So why don't we make a horror workout? And then she was like, okay. And then they made this. That's it.
Look, hats off. She got in on the ground floor pretty much, right?
And I got to tell you, man, I've always admired Linnea Quigley because she's shredded like a Julian salad. Like she is in shape.
Oh, yes,
she's
is.
Very toned. And I noticed during the course of this, and I looked up her height, she's 5 feet 2 inches. Because I noticed everybody's taller than her all the time.
Okay.
And I was like, I recognized a fellow shorty.
Well, there you go. So, hey, then
we are muscular.
you should take down her workout routine then, because you're right. She's in great fucking shape. So her workout, what it is she jogs through the Shady Oak Cemetery. Then, like Thriller, a bunch of zombies rise up. Tim, you all right, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm just watching. I'm like 40 years old. It's 40 years too old for this movie right now.
Oh, Tim. Well, but we need to educate the young people of today, Tim, that they can go on archive.org or the blood bank, and no matter what country
hey, look, you know what? I bet you their parents haven't let the block archive, Internet Archive, right?
Yeah. So there you go. If you want to see some boobs, there's a way to do that.
I'm looking at all my critiques of her workout.
Yeah.
Her warm-up for these muscles is taking too long. Let's see, I think those back muscles are fully warmed up now. Those crunches are a little too fast. She needs more controlled movements. Put those legs 6 inches above the ground and let them hover. That will make you feel the burn. I've gotten rug burns on my back. I don't understand.
No, she said on her shoulders, not on your back. That's even crazy. Yeah, got on your shoulders. Yeah,
I was actually taking legit notes of this movie, and it was all just like, that doesn't make any sense. That's not a real workout.
All right, Candice, here's a challenge: do this workout for the next month and see if you end up in traction or 10 pounds lighter.
Do you have to wear what she's wearing, Tim?
I think that adds 10 pounds, right? I think that's a secret. Is you put that fucking heavy ass bra
like
on.
Running with weights.
Yeah. I was like resistance training for your tits. So you're wearing like a metal bra, like fucking crazy. So yeah, then she makes the zombies. She tells them they're fat.
Oh yeah,
she
she's
body
like
shames the dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Not anymore. You couldn't do that. Now all your horror workout movies have to be woke, Tim. You can't body shame
dead awoken, yeah.
So that she makes them like, I guess they go to the producer's house and all dance around the pool.
Yeah,
for no
100%
reason.
That was not her place.
No, of course not. And the note I have here is there's literally no reason this should exist.
Yeah, she does this dance routine with the zombies. And
it's
one
just
of the
clap.
zombies.
It's just go 3 steps to the left, 3 steps to the right,
yeah,
and
they're
clap,
doing like
right?
line dancing.
Yeah.
But like one of them's like really getting into it, and he's adding like jazz hands and like flipping his heels up and stuff. like one of the zombie extras was just really trying to outshine everyone.
Who's the one that's like in the hood? The chick in the hood, right? Or hat? She got some shit on like that?
Could you name one character's name in this?
No.
There you go. They're Dee Dee, Missy, and Bambi. Oh, and Ginger.
I didn't understand why they didn't just use the girls' real names. They used Linnea Quigleys' real name.
Because
why not just use theirs?
Because they're all named after characters that she has played in her movies.
That's dumb. Why not just give those actresses
so shouldn't they like gone down on each other at some point?
Yeah, they should have, Tim. I've often
that
said
multiverse,
it is a little known fact that like identical twins, they 69 when you're not looking. So,
it's like the light in my refrigerator.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Whenever you're not looking, identical twins 69,
and then they take that one sock.
This goes all the way back, Tim. You might remember in the Guinness Book of World Records, the fat guys riding the motorcycles.
Yes.
They were the first twins to start the 69ing thing.
No way.
Yep.
Come on, they look like yin and yang together.
That's Tim. Where do you think the idea of the yin and the yang came from? One of them was doing some Little Rascals-esque accidental blackface, and then because they're identical twins, they had to 69. Bang, there's your yin and your yang. So, she tells the zombies to jump in the pool.
Oh, before that though, this is when Tubi was like having trouble blurring out the tits. When she's like dancing, because she's wearing that like white, almost see-through top, which was like fishnetting.
Yeah,
and so she had like one nipple that just kept like popping out really fast and then popping back in, like long enough to recognize what it was, and they were not blurring it out. It was happening too fast.
Yeah,
it was very amusing to me.
Agreed, Tim. I think ours might be a little better copy because you could see both.
You can't hear anything, but you get to see everything. That's all you need with this, right?
Yeah, I think what they need to do is like, you know how with green screens they just chroma key out whatever color so you can't see it. If you're editing it, you just got to figure out what the nipple color is, and then just like.
We know you're an expert on that. Yes.
What would you say Linnea Quigley's nipples were in this movie?
What would I say they were?
Yeah. What shade would you say they are?
I would say stunning, and I would say that she is a unique and intelligent person, Candice.
But what color are her nipples, Eddie? I need an answer right now.
Color? You know what? I need to go double check, actually.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, I got to double check.
Well, come on, you challenged them. Yeah.
Yeah, you did, I mean. No.
You say you're the expert. Why weren't you making it in your notes?
You're right, Candice. I apologize to all of the listeners. I honestly did not note.
This is a bad start to the 90s.
I know. I honestly did not note their color, but you know what? I am a professional.
All I know that they were big. They were
big. Yeah. I am a professional, though, if nothing else, so I'm loading it up right now. And I'll put that on my second.
Can you put that in the Discord chat?
Yeah, sure thing.
Just so we all know that you're right or wrong.
Yep. And I am okay. So we are going. They're a little soapy right now, and
pause, enhance, zoom.
Huh?
He's got one of those Minority Report screens up in front of him. He's like flicking the suds away with his hands.
That's not what he's doing with his hands.
You know what? I'm gonna go with. We've got like a lightly darker pink. So not bad.
What's a lightly darker pink? What does that mean?
Because most of the pink ones are a little lighter than that, but that also could just be the lighting in the room.
It's not bubblegum.
Yeah. So we're not
It's
talking.
not like they've never seen the sun. How about that?
Right. So
these
like,
nipples have seen the sun.
Yes. So they're not Bazooka Joe. You know,
Okay.
they're
No, they're more like Good and Plenty's.
Good and Plenty's. No, Tim, those are
nipples.
white and purple.
Well, underneath.
Those are black. Those are licorice, Tim. You're confusing your candies in your old age.
His old man candy.
I always hated Good and Plenty's.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No. These are maybe closer to like a Big League Chew of a pink. Not quite the very bright like Bazooka Joe. You know what? We'll rate them on gum scale.
See, I was talking about the size and the pop of the nipples, not the color.
Size. Yeah. No, they
those are like Good and Plenty's. That's what I said, right?
Yeah. No, I thought you were going by colher.
Yeah, that's why I was confused too.
Yeah.
Well, no, she wasn't a zombie where one's going to be fucking one color and the other color.
We're talking about color. You bring up Good and Plenty's.
Well, I think that's why we compliment each other, because you're the color guy and I'm the size guy.
That's true. That's true. But you know what? I think we can both agree on, Tim. They were good and they were plentiful.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got to see them plenty. Yeah. Cameraman's jerking off. He's not even can't even bother moving the camera back and forth anymore.
Yeah. Oh man. So she tells the zombies to jump in the pool, and I guess they can't get out of the pool.
Yeah, because one of them's in a fucking wedding dress, like the full shebang with veil and everything. I was like, that's got to be difficult to move around in.
Get out.
It looks like some of those extras actually couldn't swim.
Oh yeah, they're dead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, already,
yeah. They are zombies at the bottom of the pool.
It's they're dying faster at a Hollywood pool party than if it was hosted by Bryan Singer. Tim.
I kind of know the reference, but
so Bryan Singer was the director of the X-Men movie. He had a lot of underage boys
suspects,
to his house for pool parties.
Yes, I know that, but somebody drowned?
No. A couple of people have died of weird drug overdoses at those parties.
Wait, is he like that same senator guy or ex-senator, congressman?
Yeah, exactly. Same shit. So now we're done with the pool party. So she's like, all right, I'm a little stressed. And, you got to have fun, too. So I invited my friends over for a slumber party.
Hope you don't mind.
Yeah. And this is now we're 40 minutes into the movie?
Yeah.
Which is 50 minutes long.
Yeah, but again, if you're like 15, 16 years old, you know what? You're like, let's go.
Yeah. You're like, listen, I finished. We had the weird zombie
I got something
exercise.
To eat. Yeah, that's right. Yep. I got something to eat during the zombie scene.
Grab some
Thank you very
Gatorade.
much. You know how to pace your movie.
Yep. Hydrate. Yep. Hydrate at the pool, right? And then back to the slumber part. Because they're just all wearing, what you would expect.
Oh, that 90s, disgusting 80s lingerie. Ugh.
Yeah.
What's incredible about this
so
lingerie is one of them has got it so uptight that you can almost read her lips like Helen Keller. And the other one's got like enough space on her underwear that you're like, oh, I'm going to get some side bush.
Some side lip.
You could have got a little side lip there. Hey, are we catty corner to a bulldog here, or am I getting some side lip? Hey, this one's hanging some pastrami for you, Tim. Get a look over there at some side lip.
At that age, guess what? Now my kink is pastrami.
Gotta vacuum those meat curtains.
Oh God! So yeah, and of course it's just pillow fight. Talk about what movie they want to watch.
And what's funny is that all the movies they're talking about watching, they're all movies starring Linnea Quigley.
Of course.
I was like, so she invites her friends over, and the only movies they're allowed to watch are ones that star
that.
Candice, don't tell me that the next time or the last time you had a party and you invited all your friends over, you didn't put the podcast on.
Oh God! And then just sit there.
That's a best of Candice cut.
Just sit there staring at them while they listen. Like, huh?
You got that joke, right?
You like that joke? Did you get my reference I made? Did you get it?
Was it a deep enough cut?
Yeah. I'll sign. You want a napkin? I'll sign the napkin for you.
Should I use bigger words? I should, shouldn't I?
I say actually too much, don't I? Never mind, I hate myself. Run, hide in the bathroom, drinking the fucking mouthwash because you didn't bring booze to the party because one friend is sober. So you're just in there drinking mouthwash, crying to yourself.
That's on them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is on them. You're right. It is I who am funny, not them. They just don't get it. God
damn it. Speaking of being funny, my husband wanted me to bring this up on the podcast because he burned me so good.
Okay.
So, we were having an argument over who was funnier.
And
I was like, you're a different kind of funny. I was like, this is more of my humor. This is more your humor.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts like naming off all these instances of when he was funnier than me. When we made the same joke. And I was like, all right, okay, you're funnier than me, but I'm still funny. And he was like, you're the carrot top of comedians. Or you said you're the carrot top of podcasters. I was like,
wait, we don't use props? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, hold on. What do you mean by you told the same joke? Like to each other? And he made you laugh?
We each told a joke about the same thing. But they were, different jokes.
Okay. Different styles.
Gotcha.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha. First of all, I want to just a little comment to Mr. Candice here, right? If you think I would allow some like lame shit, like the equivalent audio of prop comedy on my fucking podcast, you are wrong, you son of a bitch. Only highbrow.
We can't hear props, but we can hear the audio.
Only highbrow here, sir. Man. So, speaking of highbrow, then they're talking about how she gets gang raped in a pool hall. At the bowling alley.
It was one of the videos with Savage Sisters.
Yeah, but they call it Savage
don't
Priest.
Put that one in, yeah.
Because it's not a fucking full mood movie. So they can't show it or talk about it, so they keep getting the titles of the movies wrong, and they're like, it's Savage Priest.
Yeah. And it wasn't in the bowling alley, it was in the locker room. Which again, do they have locker rooms in bowling alleys?
At one point, I bet they did.
Why?
Bowling used to be pretty big, right?
Yeah, but who
wasn't
showers
it like huge
after
in the 70s?
bowling?
Maybe if it had a lot of drinks.
You need a place to keep your bowling ball, right? You got to change out of your shoes. You got to get more comfortable slacks.
I guess, yeah.
Well, I guess when you're bowling, you're wearing slacks.
Even when people were wearing like leisure suits, that makes sense, I guess.
Bowling uniforms. I love those. They're so funny.
That's one game. I got to figure out a way to make it work on a podcast, but my game of bowler or pedophile, I got to bring that back.
What?
Tim, so I show you a picture, right? And you have to buy that picture.
No. I already got the image in my head. All right, I got it.
You're going to guess whether the man is a bowler or a pedophile.
I remember that.
It's actually a lot harder than you would imagine.
Yeah, because I think that's the terrifying thing is that pedophiles could be anyone.
Well, no, they look like bowlers specifically. What's sad though is
I am old enough to have grown up watching Bowling for Dollars on TV.
Yeah.
So no, they're like, I'm thinking back all the faces I can remember. Like, yeah, I want to get into a van with that guy.
So we were playing this game because we used to play it a long time ago, back when I lived in Florida. We'd just go outside and look out the window at people. And one of them, I remember my buddy Brandon, who used to play with me all the time. He's like, he called pedophile on a bowler, and I was like, no, sir, that is a bowler. He ended up, because we were at work playing this, he ended up researching. It turns out that bowler also a pedophile. So technically, he was right.
Yeah.
Technically right is the best right.
Bingo. Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Technically, sir, you got a half a point on that one. You're right. Yeah. So the lights go out, and Linnea's like, I'm gonna go investigate it. I'll be right back. Do you get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is, you know what? This is the behind the mask done wrong.
Yeah, they're really going for the meta humor here, and it's not working.
Are they for real? I just think that I think this is like the recuperation part, right?
Yeah, I think so. This is the cool down.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. Because I guess the pillow
you're gonna
fight
get a fucking
earlier,
blister or something.
Yeah, I guess the pillow fight earlier was the next round we were supposed to go, Tim. That are the little
just like
side
get
cheek,
ready, get ready for what's coming. Yeah,
the little side cheek action
when
you
I
got there.
critique these workouts.
Yeah. So at this point, I have in my notes that Linnea said that she was having a hard time following the instructions of the choreographer that they had. And in my notes, I put they
there's
had
a
a
choreographer for
choreographer.
this. What?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Because even I'm watching this, I'm like, wait a second, that's gonna put some strain on your lower back.
Yeah. So I looked it up though. There was actually a choreographer for this.
For the zombies or for the exercise?
For the exercising, Tim. You want to guess?
That's not a choreographer. You would need somebody who's like a fucking physical ed instructor or something,
It was
right?
Paul Verhoeven before he
No.
came with Showgirls.
Nope. It was Richard Simmons.
No.
What? No, you're joking. You're
am
fucking
joking.
with
Okay, good. You son of a bitch.
It would have fit though at the time.
No. This is way after Richard Simmons. Yeah.
At the time, it would have fit though.
Richard
Come
Simmons.
On. But no. So of course, then all the girls wander off individually and get murdered.
Yeah, they're making
brutally.
jokes about it. They're like, "Oh, I should go after my friend who disappeared and never came back by myself. We should split up." And they're like, "I don't know why, but that makes sense."
Yeah, and you've got the classic, like the Jallo gloved hand stabbing repeatedly, but they play
I
it.
can
the Reagan mask.
Immediately tell it was a short person in there. You can tell it was someone with a petite build.
Yeah, the fact that the killer was standing on an apple box when they did that, it kind of,
and the nipples are poking out.
Yeah, the fact that I was trying to beat off to the killer and I didn't know why was that was a clue, I suppose. So then, yeah, it turns out, surprise, surprise, that Linnea was the killer herself the whole time.
Oh, and yeah, she's in a Ronald Reagan mask.
Yeah.
I just said that.
A Reagan mask and
is this thing on?
Yeah, it's on.
We hear you.
A Reagan mask and like a RoboCop armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reagan cop.
You gotta do something to hide the boobs, right?
Oh, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Okay, so I've reached the point in my notes where it's the credits, and it credits the Gipper as the person in the suit with the mask on.
That's Ronald
Reagan.
And
I was like, the fuck is a Gipper?
That's Reagan. He played in the movie that do one for, win one. What's it?
Win one for the Gipper. Yes.
Yeah, but what was the name of the movie though? That wasn't.
I had a feeling it was going to be some old man reference.
Oh, fuck you.
You came to the right place. I couldn't spit it out. Eddie just finished it, so.
Yeah, I don't remember the fucking movie, but it's ancient.
No, it's one of those things where it's like a football team and somebody's got cancer, and I think it's Reagan when he was an actor.
You know someone's screaming at their phone right now.
Yeah, his speech was win one for the Gipper, and they went out and they won the game that they weren't supposed to win.
It was Newt Rockney All-American from 1940, Tim.
Man, real old man reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tim, you were, what, 16 when
I wasn't
you
even
watched
born
it?
yet. Yeah, no.
This is I have in my notes. The Gipper. I bet Tim knows that reference.
Yeah. Then we get a little teaser.
Well, because I hated Reagan so much as a president, not because of the movie. So.
Oh no, I forgot. Then at the end of it, she says, "Oh, that's how I stay in shape is by killing people."
No, I like how at the end she like breaks the fourth wall. She's like, "Hey, look, I know you're whacking off to me."
Yeah, she's like, "I know what you do when you're watching my movies, and it's disgusting."
Mm-hmm. And this is when Tim realized he had a humiliation kink.
And I was like, "Oh, wait a second." At this point, I'm already looking at my phone because I'm like, "Come on, I'm 55 years old. 3 times is enough for me. Let's go."
Yeah, because she's all like, "Ooh, you disgusting animal! I can't believe you just did that to my video. You're disgusting. Why don't you go walk your dog?" Or no, she's like, "Go do push-ups." Then we get the teaser of her putting limbs.
Do those one-handed push-ups.
Yeah, of her putting limbs in a pot. And it's like, oh, and coming soon.
Next video is going to be a cooking video, right?
Cooking with Linnea, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to eat that food. I don't think the health standards are up to par if she's naked half the time.
Yeah, her ass is out. I don't think you're supposed to cook with your ass out.
Oh, it's like this. Wait, did she cater that dinner from Midsummer?
Ooh, interesting maybe, Tim. Maybe.
Candice isn't laughing because she hasn't seen that movie. I
Nope,
think.
and I never will.
That's a good joke. Oh. Guess what movie I want to do as a special bonus?
I don't know, but I'll bet you that the food that she's making was for Peter Weller in Naked Lunch, in the movie Naked Lunch.
Oh,
Tim.
God. I'm trying to figure out how you're going to make that stretch. And you went to Naked Lunch.
I was like, I don't remember there being soup in RoboCop. It's not baby food.
I'll tell you how they made this movie stretch, because they're at 55 minutes now. And they're like, we really got to get to 60 or else.
This is just enough videotape that you can see halfway. When you rent this video, you're like, wait a second, that's all the fucking videotape there is in this goddamn thing?
Oh, God, yeah. Being able to see how long a movie was by the amount of tape in it. Dude. Oh, my God. No, so they're like, hey, let's just throw some bloopers in, because runtime. And they're not very funny. It's just a lot of her fucking up lines.
Should be a lot more breasts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it really should have.
Oh, that'd be great if like every clip ended like it starts out one thing, but it always ends with someone's shirt being ripped off.
Right, it's just
them like reacting.
Just the howling too, right?
Yeah.
Those are the bloopers we want to watch, right?
That is the credits, though. Is it after the bloopers? It's just the shot from Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah. And that's it.
I turned it off. God damn.
That is, and that's me taking my time covering Linnea Quigleys horror workout.
Yeah.
I think whoever the most dedicated listener, add up what's the total time of this podcast and how many minutes we actually talked about this fucking video.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
It's 30 minutes.
I mean, there's nothing that happens in it though. So
there's nothing that we wanted to admit to happening.
Wow, there's some stuff that was happening off screen. And then on the screen because my aim is bad.
But then Linnea told me I was disgusting.
Right. She told me to stop it.
That's going to be crazy, man. You're fucking whacking it and all of a sudden she breaks the fucking fourth wall?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about that, too.
More porn movies need to do that. Do they do that in porn movies? Break the fourth wall?
Maybe. That'd be a good kind of a porn movie, right?
When are you looking at their face?
That's a good point.
They could be staring at the camera the whole time. Are you going to notice?
I
mean, maybe they could
it just depends on what they're doing. You might be looking at their face, right?
Maybe they could a ventriloquist. They could make their asshole talk or something.
Oh, that's how they do it?
Yeah.
The whole new definition of ass to mouth?
Newest porn starring.
We don't use puppets anymore. That's right.
So, oh man, so that just gives Waylon Flowers and Madam just a whole twist that I wasn't really hoping for.
God, yeah. Another old man reference, Candice. You don't know who the fuck we're talking about.
No idea.
So I think that does it for the show. Everybody, I hope you're looking forward to a year of this.
10 months. We got 2 months. We can pick whatever we want.
We got 2 bonus months. Yeah, of us just covering. No, obviously we're fucking around on this episode a little bit, but this month, stay tuned because we've got Tremors coming up. Obviously, but you know what? Let's go through. What are the other ones? Let's pick the rest of the month now.
Pull up the list that I filled out.
I got it right now. So here's what we got.
Hold on, should we do this? Because then, people are gonna be like, and I don't need to listen to week 3.
Tim, all of the episodes have in the title of what we're covering.
Yeah, but they don't know that until we release them, right? If you're going to say, we're doing Tremors next week, a bunch of people are going to listen, then because, we're going to do this movie, and the second week, fuck that movie. I don't give a shit.
We'll talk about the ones that are possible for this month. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. So we got Tremors, we got Jacob's Ladder, we got Arachnophobia.
I mean, there's our 3 right there.
And we got Darkman.
I do love Darkman.
Those are the ones that are possible. It's not like they guarantee it or anything like that.
We also have Flatliners. Tim, Ghost Dad.
Mid. No, we are not covering Ghost Dad.
No.
What? It's scary.
Because Bill Cosby is like, hey, you know what? How can I one up this shit? I could be a ghost.
Prequel to The Entity, Ghost Dad. We have Total Recall.
That's not a horror movie.
Yeah, that's not a horror movie.
The Rift. We have Troll 2. That's a horror movie.
That'd be funny.
These are listener suggestions, by the way. Gremlins 2.
We need better listeners. I'm sorry.
If we did Gremlins 2, we'd have to have Matt Anderson.
Yes, that's his. Well, maybe on a non-horror month, maybe we'll do that. Yeah, we were talking about doing a kids movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up horror-centric kids movies from the 90s.
Then we've got Nightbreed.
Oh, okay. Director's cut, right?
Never liked it.
The Night Brings Charlie.
Have you seen the director's cut, Candice?
I have seen the director's cut. I still don't like it. And I've read the book. I just don't like that story.
Okay.
Have you listened to the audiobook for it?
No, I'm not going to. I think I've given it its chance.
Okay, and Shakma.
No, I don't want to cover Shakma.
Oh, the fucking horny monkey. The baboon, right?
Yeah. So those are so far the suggestion for the year 1990. Hey, if you've got a suggestion for the year 1990, reach out to us on Twitter. X.
Yeah.
Oh, no yeah, my fucking thing just turned to X today. I was looking at my phone. I sort of fucking lost. No.
Oh, man.
I know. I keep flipping through my apps. Where the fuck is Twitter?
I was joking with my wife about it today. I said, the only thing Twitter has left, maybe, is the cachet of the brand in the name.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Everything else has been ruined. So he's like, fuck that. We're calling it X.
Yeah, all the newscasts have said, oh, President Trump tweeted this. Oh, Joe Biden tweeted this. The White House tweeted this, tweeted that. Now, what the fuck do they say?
Posted on X.
And not only that, but I heard that he fucked himself. And again, I don't know, but look it up. That
I'm sure he did.
Apple, the Apple Store, that you cannot search for anything that doesn't have 2 letters in it. So typing in X is not going to show you the app for what was formerly known as Twitter.
Fantastic. The one I heard that's funny is you can't make a username on Twitter with less than 5 characters anymore. So if you have a username that's less than 5 characters, they're extremely valuable. People will pay money for them, right? So this guy had at the letter X. At X.
Oh yeah, I know this.
He's been trying to sell it for a while, and he's had offers of over $1 million. And
from
Elon,
porn sites.
Yep. And Elon just said, "Nah, that's mine now," and took his account.
Yoink.
Fucking great. That's good
Jesus.
PR.
Just how you kill that fucking name is incredible. It's just,
it's insane, Tim. It's insane how much he has torpedoed.
Well, I don't think it really matters, because I think it's like a Xerox. It's like Coca-Cola. It's going to be like that. I mean, look, it's still Facebook. Nobody says I was on Meta the other day, right?
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
No matter how much they tried to rebrand it for work.
But what I heard, and again, take it for what it's worth, is that one of the reasons why you could do that is because then Twitter could, quote unquote, file for bankruptcy.
Oh, interesting. Because it would be a different holding company, potentially?
It would be a different company.
Interesting.
And he's already not been paying the rent, supposedly, on the places where they're supposed to be, right? Put that fucking X sign up. We're going to give people epileptic fits while they're driving down the street.
So this is like putting on a mustache, then punching your wife and being like, it wasn't me, it was Billy.
It was Billy Mustache. He did it.
Billy Mustache did it. So, Candice.
Yep.
Is there anything you would like people to pay attention to on the internet?
Well, I was just on Wednesdays We Talk Weird.
Yes,
you were. And had a nice chat with Pat O and
Jehovah's Witness crazy shit.
Yeah. Oh man, there was so much that I left out too that I forgot to mention, because the questions were coming, and then oh man, I was losing my train of thought so much because I was trying to explain so much shit in such a short period of time.
Did you give me birthdays?
No birthdays.
I know, but I'm asking, did you give them up?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I didn't really care. Now birthdays are precious to me.
Yeah. See?
No, I take birthdays.
You can get that Zelda game for your birthday, but hey, remember where you came from.
Oh. Look, you could just not have birthdays anymore, remember?
That's right.
I'm glad you got anything. Okay.
But no, that was a wonderful episode. You can catch that.
You know what? I've heard good things about it too. I've heard from them that they said that you were the second best guest they've had from our show.
Oh yeah, who was number one?
I didn't ask that. I thought that would have been rude.
I also heard Asha say that I was supposed to be on like the last show of the year, which I don't know why I would be on that show, but
I think they wanted to space out the Bloody Bits people.
That makes sense. Yeah.
They can only handle so much.
It's gonna be shitting on like Bigfoot. Come on.
Well, yeah, you tease them with
nobody's
with me
found
and
a
Candice.
big turd yet that they could prove by DNA that that's a fucking thing.
All right, so Wednesdays we talk weird with Ashers. Tim, what about you, buddy?
I think on the Grind Bin, Tommy just came out.
Yes. Great episode.
And I'm singing on that episode too. So.
A lot. You sang a lot on that episode.
I haven't listened to it yet because I haven't worked up the courage for it. But I was like,
no, it's a really good episode.
All right. So check out Tim on the Grind Bid if you want to hear him singing some Tommy doing his rock opera over there. They had a karaoke thing at the anime convention. That was fun to listen to.
Were there any songs from Tommy on it?
Yeah, Tim. It was surprising. Most people were doing.
Your wicked Uncle Ernie. I'm glad you won't see or feel me as I fiddle about. That's a great karaoke song.
Actually, no, there weren't. That was a joke. So yeah, check out the Grind Bin with our buddy Tim here. And I would say, if you want to hear more of us, go to patreon.com/bloodybits to get access to our bonus episodes, as well as the Blood Bank with now 6,339 movies, just movies on it. And we've added some new things. So this is one of my favorite segments, finding the weirdest shit that I can find to try to read to you people. We've got Zombacter : Center City Contagion. An underfunded university professor is on track to build the world's first biocomputer using genetically engineered bacteria when something goes terribly wrong.
Is it Japanese?
No.
Huh.
Never fucking heard of this. It's not even trauma. I don't even know what the fuck this comes from. But you can check that out.
I think you might be doing us a disservice by promoting these movies. Why don't you like do one of those movies and like go? And we also have Jaws.
Here's one I can recommend from the Blood Bank.
Okay.
There's Resident Evil: Death Island.
Of course.
It's the newest Resident Evil movie.
Oh, how was that?
It was really good. Like, I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to win any fucking Oscars. It's still Resident Evil. It's got that Resident Evil cheesiness to it with like the biomutants and the bioweapons.
Real people or computers?
Like no, it's CG.
Okay.
But it's very good CG. And the action scenes in it are phenomenal. They're very good.
All right. Well, there's a good recommendation. And I've got another one for you from the Blood Bank here.
Jaws.
We've got Dead Vision. Best friends Lucas and Mason try to solve a murder while also facing off against supernatural beings in their small town. It's a trauma movie.
So you know it's good.
It looks like shit. It's from 2021 and it's 60 minutes long.
Oh, boy.
Wow, 60 minutes long.
Yeah. So you know what? You could double feature that with Linnea Quigleys' horror workout and still come in under 2 hours.
Yeah, holy fuck.
And you can find that and more at patreon.com/bloodybits. Guys, I gotta say, we have a new logo that's going to be debuting with this episode that Candice has already leaked on her Instagram, so you can follow her there.
I already have it on my Twitter account and my Xbox account.
And you can follow us all on social media. You can follow me at Eddie the Axe on Twitter, Tim at Yobo Gold on X or Twitter. We'll call it Twitter.
It's Twitter.
And if you want to follow Candice, I feel bad for you.
At HorrorHoochie69 is where you can feel bad. On Instagram and Twitter.
Hey, you know what, Candice? You put in a great performance today, and you know what? I'm going to go watch Twisted Metal today. I'm going to have a great day.
That's what I'm going to be doing.
I just made watermelon relish, so I'm going to be making up some hot dogs with watermelon relish and watching that. That's good.
Okay, I'll take your word for that.
You use the rind of the relish, not the green part, the white rindy part.
I don't know, man.
I
can't cotton to that.
It's a thing. Look it up. So for Tim Yobo and Candice, folks, I think that this is how we end it.